Alright, so now we are discussing the scholastic math part, and we'll start with the first question. So let's begin. He says the length of a rectangle is increased by 60%. Okay, so length is increased by 60%. To maintain the same area, the breadth should be decreased by. Alright, now length and breadth increase and decrease की बात हो रही है. So instead of assuming the length to be L and breadth to be B, I'll choose some numbers, some easy numbers. So I will consider my length to be 100. Right? And let me consider my initial breadth to be 50. Right? Now he says length has been increased by 60%. That means new length as an L dash will be 100 plus 60% of 100, which is 60. So can I say that is 160? Right, so new length is this. Now I need to see what should be my new breadth, like how much the breadth should increase so that the area remains the same. So area, initially area was 100 into 50, right? Now the area will be 160 into question mark, right? Because I don't know what is the new breadth. In fact, I need to find that, right? So let me talk about question mark. So this is 100 into 50 whole divided by 160. So 0, 0 gets cancelled. So this is 8, this is 50, and this is 4, this is 25. So that means question mark is equal to 125 by 4. Right? Okay. So initially my breadth was 50. Now it is 125 by 4. Right? I need to talk about the decrease. Right? Obviously breadth decrease हुई है. अब कितनी decrease हुई है? So decrease देखें, 50 से चला गया 125 by 4. Right? इतना decrease हुआ. So this is what? 200 minus 125, 75 by 4. अब decrease किस पे हुआ? The original, the initial breadth, that is 50. Whole divided by 50 into 100. Right? This you can easily calculate, and this turns out to be option B. Right? Okay. So let's move on to the second one now. All right. So second question is, in the given figure, O is the center, okay, and OBC is 38, as you can see. BAC is equal to, so angle BAC, first of all, let's locate it. It is that angle, right? Now this angle can be easily ascertained if somehow I know this angle. Do I know this angle? I mean, not directly, but I can find it out. Okay, now tell me, if this angle is 38 degree, what will be this angle? 38 degree, right? Because OB and OC are radius. So this angle will also be 38 degree. Now as you can see, OBC is a triangle, right? So agar two angles are 38, right? I need to find the third angle. So third angle will be how much? Inko add karungi, I'll get 76. That means this big angle should be angle 104, right? Because 76 was, so 104. So 104 degree basically. Alright, so ये वाला निकालना है. Definitely this angle is half of 104. So this is 52 degree. So option A is the correct one. Alright, so the next one. Now, he says the median of this data is. Now median is the value of the middlemost observation. For that, I need to organize the data in increasing order. So smallest one, obviously that will be alpha minus 9 by 2. Right? Then bigger than that, alpha minus 4. Right? Then alpha minus 7 by 2. Then alpha minus 2. Then alpha plus 1. Then alpha plus 5. Okay, let's see how many these are. These are 6 terms. Now, 6 term mein middlemost chahiye. Definitely it will be the mean of these two terms. So alpha minus 7 by 2 plus alpha minus 2 whole divided by 2. Right, this you can easily find out provided, oh yeah, 7 by 2 hai. Sorry, my bad. Right, so this you can easily find out, and the answer should turn out to be C. Done? Okay, so the next one, fourth. Now A is given to be this. I'm interested in the positive square root of A plus 1 by positive square root of A. Agar mujhe positive square root of A hi pata chal jaye, my problem is solved. So I'm interested in positive square root of 7 minus 4 root 3. Right? That means I'm looking for such a number whose square is 7 minus 4 root 3. Right? Obviously, this number will consist of two terms. Right? Yahan pe kya bana hai, yahan kya aana hai? Let's figure it out. That I can easily see from this term because this will represent minus 2ab. So minus 2 separate out kar lete. So minus 2 into 2 root 3. अब मुझे a and b ऐसे चाहिए so that the sum of their squares becomes 7. So breakup करना है, so ऐसे ही कर लें. a को ले लेते हैं 2 and let's take b as root 3. Right, 4 plus 3, so sum of squares is 7, so this is absolutely fine. So this number becomes 2 minus root 3. Right, अब मुझे positive square root चाहिए, so positive square root of a will be equal to 2 minus root 3. This is a positive quantity. Right, so we have to be careful. Just insert the value over here and we'll be done. So 2 minus root 3 plus 1 by 2 minus root 3. 2 minus root 3 को rationalize कर देंगे, so ये बन जाएगा 2 plus root 3. Answer is 4. So option D is the correct one. Alright, so the next one. Now, A, B, C, D satisfy the equations, then A plus D into B plus C equals. Right. So I have 4 equations, so let's see what we can do. 4 equations hai, yes, there is a Gaussian elimination method, or maybe we can use just observation. Now, यहाँ पे minus 16 है, यहाँ पे 16 है. No, but before that, हम 2 का factor cancel out करें. So let's rewrite the equation. So A plus 7B plus 3C plus 5D equal to 0. And the second equation I'll rewrite. So that is 4A plus 2B plus 3C plus D equal to minus 8. Third equation we rewrite करते हैं because I can cancel the 2 factors. So A plus 3B plus 2C plus 4D equal to 8. And last equation as it is. So 5A plus 3B plus 7C plus D equal to minus 16. Now using these 4 equations, I need to find the value of this. Now, very tempting. I'll add these 2 equations. Why? Because here I have minus 8, here I have 8. So if I add the 2 up, right hand side will become 0. So let's add the 2 equations. So this becomes 5A plus 5B plus 5C plus 5D equal to 0. Right? So A plus B plus C plus D equal to 0. One relationship is this. Right? From here I can say that A plus D is equal to minus of B plus C. Right? So इनमें से मेरे को सिर्फ एक क्वांटिटी निकालनी है, या तो A plus D निकालना है या B plus C निकालना है, anything you wish. Right? What else can we do? What else? Now if you look carefully, if I subtract actually first and second, first and last actually. So 5A minus A, 5A minus A 4A plus 3B minus 7B, that is minus 4B. So let's write minus 4B. So minus 4B. Then 7C minus 3C, that is plus 4C. Then D minus 4D, D minus 5D, that is minus 4D, is equal to minus 16. So here I have A minus B plus C minus D equal to minus 4. Right? Okay. So I have this equation. If I add the 2 equations, at least मुझे A plus C मिल रहा है, right? 2 into A plus C मिल रहा है, which is equal to minus 4. So A plus C is equal to minus 2. So another good relation. Right? Using these 2 relations and using the Gaussian elimination, you can very well find it. Find the values of A, D, B and C. Now you'll say, ma'am, it will take some time. Agreed. Now there are some questions in the test which will take a bit more time, right? So if you encounter this question, leave this question for the end. First, do the questions that are easily done, right? Because you can't afford to give more than 1 minute to each question. Initially, first reading में 1 minute से ज़्यादा नहीं देना तुम्हें, right? I think by 45 seconds तुम्हें पता चल जाता है कि question crack होगा या इससे ज़्यादा time लगेगा. If you feel it will take more than 1 minute, leave that question aside and come back to it later. Right? In the first reading, you have to keep such questions for the end. So पहले जो आते हैं वो जल्दी से करो, and if at the end you have time, then do these, because these are hardly 2-3 questions, hardly 2-3 above average questions होंगे, and you can afford not to do that. In fact, relative score है, right? तुम्हें relatively सबसे आगे लेके आना है. अगर इसी में तुमने 3-4 minutes spend कर दिए, end में you will be under pressure. Easy question भी गलत हो जाएगा. Right? So keep in mind that you have to have good relative score. So keep the difficult questions or the above average questions for the end. Right? So I'm sure you can complete it on your own. This is not a big deal. It will just take a bit of time, and option should be B, minus 16. You can find that out. Alright? So let's move on to 6. A die has 2 faces each with number 1. So 2 faces have number 1. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 faces have number 1, 3 faces each with number 2. So 3 faces have number 2, and 1 face with number 3, and 1 face number 3. right? If the die is rolled once, then the probability of getting either 1 or 3 on the die is. Alright, now अब ये die roll करूँगी, so obviously how many possible outcomes are there? 6 faces are there, so या तो 1 आएगा, 1 आएगा, 2 आएगा, 2 आएगा, 2 आएगा, 3 आएगा. Basically 6 different outcomes, right? Now favorable are probability of getting either 1 or 3. अब 1 आने की क्या possibility है? 1, 2 and 3. Basically total 3 favorable outcomes है. So my probability becomes 1 by 2. So option A is the correct one, right? Alright, now the next one. In a motorcycle competition, one of 3 motorcycles that started out at the same time. Okay, so he's talking about one of the 3 motorcycles. So obviously there will be a first motorcycle, second motorcycle and third motorcycle. One of the 3 motorcycles was doing 15 km less than the first one, okay, and 3 km more than the third one in an hour, right? So basically he's talking about the second motorcycle. Alright, now obviously we need to talk about the speeds of the motorcycle. So I'll consider the speed of the third motorcycle to be x km per hour. Right? Now as you can see, the second motorcycle does 3 km more than the third in an hour. Right? So that means the speed is x plus 3. Right? And he also says 15 km less than first one. Right? That means 15 km first wali zyada kar rahi hai, right? It is doing more. So x plus 3 plus 15, which is x plus 18. So these are the speeds that I have supposed. Alright. And he says arrived at the terminal point 12 minutes after the first motorcycle and 3 minutes before the third one. So time pe condition hai. Now I know that time is equal to distance by speed, right? But in this case I don't know the distance. So let the distance be d. टाइम निकाल लेते हैं. अब सेकंड वाले को कितना टाइम लगेगा? d डिवाइड बाय x प्लस 3, राइट? एंड फर्स्ट वाले को कितना टाइम लगेगा? d डिवाइड बाय x प्लस 18. नाउ ही सेज इट अराइव्ड एट terminal point 12 minutes after the first motorcycle. So that means the difference between their time is 12. So minus is equal to 12. First equation. Second equation. Now he says he arrived 3 minutes before the third one. Right, so third one की speed time क्या होगा? d by x, and the time for the second one d by x plus 3. Now 3 minutes before, that means the difference between the two is 3. Right, this is the second equation. Now you have 2 equations, 2 variables. What I'll do is I'll get the value of d from here, and I'll get the value of d from here, then equate the 2 values. Right, I'll get a quadratic in x, which I can easily solve. X turns out to be 72. But mind it, he says speed of the second motorcycle you are interested in. People commit this as an error. X है 72, mark कर दो 72. उसे second motorcycle की speed पूछी है, which is x plus 3. So 72 plus 3, which is 75. Right? Okay, so 8th now. In a triangle XYZ, right angle at y. Okay, so my triangle looks something like this. So right angle at y, right? So this is y, this is x, this is z. This is 90. If xy is 2 root 6, so xy is 2 root 6 and xz minus yz. So this minus this is 2. So इसको मान लेते हैं x and इसको मान लेते हैं x plus 2. Right? Then secant x plus tan x is equal to. अब मेरे को trigonometric ratios चाहिए, so definitely I need to solve for x. पहले solve कर लें. Now Pythagoras theorem, that means 2 root 6 whole square plus x whole square plus is equal to x plus 2 whole square. Right, sum of the squares of these two sides is equal to square of the hypotenuse. Alright, so let's 4 into 6, which is 24, plus x square is equal to, let's open this up, x square plus 4x plus 4. Right, so this and this gets cancelled. I'll get x as 5. Right, so this is 5 and this is 7. Done. Alright, now he says secant x. Secant x. अब secant x सब उससे मेरे को डायरेक्टली तो बिल्कुल याद नहीं रहता, मैं तो cos x निकालूंगे पहले. Now x is here, cos x निकालते हैं. Cos x is 2 root 6 by 7. अब इसका reciprocal करना है, so that is 7 by 2 root 6. Done. Now let's talk about tan x. Tan x is equal to what? Directly आ जाएगा तो 5 by 2 root 6. 5 by 2 root 6. You can add them up and you'll get the answer as option B. Right? Alright, so the next one. A circular piece of metal of maximum size is cut out of a square piece. Right? So I have a square piece first. So this is my square piece. Right? A circular piece of maximum size. So my circular piece should be something like this, right? The circle should be touching all the four sides of the squares, right? Then a square sheet of maximum size is cut out of the circular piece, right? So अब यहाँ से maximum मेरे को square maximum size का square बनाना है, so my square will actually look something like this. I know lag nahi raha hai, but okay, consider it. Now total amount of metal sheet wasted. Okay, so first जब मैंने circular piece काटा था तो this part got rejected, right? This was wasted, this part was wasted, right? And when I cut out the square, inside square, so I wasted this part, right? So total area wasted is this one, which is nothing but, as you can see, which is nothing but area of big square minus area of small square, right? So big square का area मान लेते हैं 2a, right? So that means the diagonal of the square is 2a. अब यहाँ पे side क्या हो जाएगी? root 2a, right? So area wasted is what? Area wasted is 2a whole square minus root 2 whole square, which is 4a square minus 2 square, which is equal to 2 square. Now total amount wasted is 2a square. अब मेरे को बताना है, अब initially जो बड़े वाले square का area था that was 4a square. Amount wasted is 2a square. That means I wasted half of the area of original square, as in option C. Done? Alright, so the next one. Now water flows at the rate of 10 meter per minute from a cylindrical pipe 5 millimeter in diameter, right? So this is my pipe and it is, water is flowing in it at 10 meter per minute, right? And diameter is given to be this, so radius is 5 by 2 millimeter, right? Time taken to fill a conical vessel. Okay, so I need to fill this conical vessel. So the water is coming from here and the conical vessel is filled up, whose diameter is 40, so radius is 20, right? And height is 24 centimeter, right? So basically volume of water flowing through the pipe should be equal to volume of the cone, right? So volume of cone is 1 by 3 pi r. R is 20 into 20 into height, which is 24, is equal to volume of water flowing through the pipe. Now time taken निकालना ना मुझे, time taken, let's consider it x minutes, right? And also ये सेंटीमीटर है, ये सेंटीमीटर है, ठीक है? इसको मैं सेंटीमीटर में चेंज कर दूंगी. This is nothing but 5 by 20 centimeter. Is that correct? Well, I hope, right? Okay, so अब इसको भी चेंज कर देते हैं. यहाँ पे मीटर है, right? So इसको लिख देते हैं मीटर को सेंटीमीटर में चेंज करते हैं. So that is 1000 centimeter per minute, right? अब मैंने मान लिया कि x minutes के लिए flow कर रहा है. That means it will, the amount, the length of the water which will flow, that will be 1000x, right? So length, basically the height of the cylinder will be 1000x. Cool. So volume of cylinder निकालते हैं. Pi, r is what? 5 by 20 and r square is, so obviously 5 by 20 into height, which is 1000x, right? So pi and pi gets cancelled, so this is 4, this is 4, right? ये दोनों कट गए इसके साथ, right? What else? So यहाँ पे 2, यहाँ पे 5. What else? So yeah, this is 8. So 4 into 8 into 4 into 2 by 5 is equal to x, right? Hopefully अगर मैंने calculation error ना करी हो, so x will turn out to be 51. So 51 minutes 12 seconds. 51 something आता है, मैं आगे नहीं निकालती, मैं हमेशा वहीं पे छोड़ देती हूँ. 51 option सिर्फ एक ही है, so that means option D, right? Okay, now 11th question, NCERT book question. अगर ये नहीं आता, please you need to revise your priorities then. All right, now A and B are 12.5 kilometer apart. So there are two people, A and B. They are 12.5 kilometer apart, right? If they travel in opposite directions, so suppose this travels here, in this direction, and this AB travels in this direction, they meet after half an hour, right? Okay, and if they travel in the same direction, so let's see, so A and B यहाँ पे initially, सपोज ए इस डायरेक्शन में ट्रैवल कर रहा है, सो बी भी इसी डायरेक्शन में ट्रैवल करेगा. दे विल मीट आफ्टर 2.5 आवर्स. इफ बी ट्रैवल्स फास्टर देन ए देन हिज स्पीड इज, सो इसकी स्पीड मान लेते हैं x, इसकी स्पीड मान लेते हैं y. राइट. अब ऑब्वियसली उसने टाइम पे कंडीशन दिया मुझे, सो टाइम को यूज करते हैं. सो कैसे यूज करें? नाउ इफ दे ट्रैवल फॉर हाफ एन आवर ईच, उनकी स्पीड है x एंड y, हाफ एन आवर ईच ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं. कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल कर रहा है ये? x/2. हाउ मच डिस्टेंस इज ही ट्रैवलिंग? y/2. right? So if I combine the two distances, obviously कौन सा distance आ जाएगा? This entire distance, which is 12.5, or I can say 25/2, right? So x plus y equal to 25. The second equation, right? Now if they are meeting in 2.5 hours, so this guy will travel how much distance? 5/2x, 5/2y, इसकी speed y थी, right? And this guy will travel how much distance? 5/2x, right? And the difference between these two distances, because हमें वो दिख रहा है, difference क्या होगा? This distance, which is 12.5. So minus this is equal to 25/2, right? So this becomes x minus y equal to 5. So these two equations you can very well find out. Option A should turn out to be the correct one. Right? Okay. Now question number 12, which is a very easy question again. Now EADF is a rectangle, ABC is a triangle whose vertices lies on the rectangle. So AE is 22, BE is 6, and CF is 16, BF is 2. The length joining the midpoints of sides AB and BC, right? So locate the midpoint of AB, it will be somewhere here. Midpoint of BC, it will be somewhere here. So line joining these, I'm interested in the length of this. Now if this is equal to this, this is equal to this, और इसको मैं बोल दूँ x and y. Can I say that xy is parallel to AC? Right? Also I can say that xy is equal to half of AC. Midpoint theorem class 9 people, I hope we remember that. राइट. ओके, सो आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन द लेंथ AC. अब लेंथ AC तो मुझे पता ही चल जाएगी. क्यों? मुझे AD पता. AD नहीं पता? कम ऑन पीपल, रेक्टेंगल है. दिस थिंग इज 8, दैट मीन्स दिस इज ऑल्सो 8. एंड इन फैक्ट आई डू नो CD एज वेल. द एंटायर लेंथ इज 22, राइट? दिस मच इज 16, दैट मीन्स दिस लेंथ इज what? 6. Right? Now this is 8, this is 6, that means this is 10. So इसका half करना है, that means this is 5. So option A is the correct one. Right? Alright, so the next one. From a solid right circular cone made of iron with base radius this and height this, a hemisphere of diameter this, center coinciding with the center of the base is scooped out. Right? So out of a cone, a hemisphere has been scooped out. Right? So this is my new solid. Now this new solid, the resultant object is dropped in a right circular cylinder. Obviously it should be bigger, but okay, you get my point, right? This is dropped in this cylinder, right? And water is then poured in the cylinder to fill up to its brim, right? So once I have kept this inside, I don't know the dimensions and all, the water is filled up in the remaining area. I need to find the volume of the water involved. Now volume of water will be equal to what? Volume of cylinder minus volume of this solid, minus volume of solid, right? So volume of cylinder लिखते हैं. So pi r, volume of cylinder r क्या होगा? 3. So 3 into 3 into height, which is 10, minus अब volume of solid लिखें. So pi, in fact volume of solid क्या होगा? Volume of cone minus volume of hemisphere. So volume of cone 1/3 pi r. R check करें. R है 2, so 2 into 2 into 5, minus volume of hemispheres, which is 2/3 pi. Now radius is 1, so 1 cube I will not write, right? अब obviously as you can see pi तो बाहर ही आ जाएगा, right? कॉमन ले लो. यहाँ पे बन गया 90, माइनस यहाँ पे क्या बना? कुछ भी नहीं बना यहाँ पे. 20/3 minus 2/3. So basically this is 6. So 90 minus 6, which is 84. So answer is 84 pi. Right? Okay. Next one. A man on the top of a rock lying on a seashore. Right. So this is my seashore, suppose, and the man is on the top of the rock. So this here is man at A. Right. He sees a boat approaching it. So suppose boat is here at C point, and it takes 10 minutes for the angle of depression to change from 30 degree to 60 degree. Alright, so initially it was here, then it was here. Now the angle of depression have changed. Oh, I'm sorry, my diagram is as usual bad. So earlier it was 30 degree, now it is 60 degree. Now obviously this is 30 degree, this is 60 degree. Right? It takes 10 minutes to go from C to D. So it takes, I'll write it here, 10 minutes. Right? The boat will reach the shore end. So basically D se B jaane mein how much time will it take? Right? Okay. Now I should have some sort of dimensions involved. So I'll consider my height of the rock to be h. Right? If this is h, BD is h by root 3. Right? And BC is what? BC is root 3h. Right? Now can you tell me the length DC? DC will be nothing but root 3h minus h by root 3. Right? So in order to cover this much distance, root 3h minus h by root 3, it takes 10 minutes, right? Now I have to cover how much distance? H by root 3. So h by root 3 को distance cover करने में कितना time लगेगा? So let's calculate. So 10 by this quantity. So h common ले लेते हैं. Root 3 minus h by root 3 minus 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3. Right? Into h by root 3. Right? ये और ये cancel हो जाएंगे. 10 divide by अब root 3 को multiply करते हैं. So ये आ गया 3 minus 1. So which is 5. 5 minutes. Option D is the correct one. Right? Okay. Now 15th. 15th again an easy question, but okay. Now O and O dash are centers intersecting at B and C. If ACD is a straight line, the value of x is. Alright. अब x यहाँ पे involve हो रहा है, right? अब angle मुझे यहाँ पे पता है. Two circles are intersecting. I need to go from one circle to another circle. Obviously, I can go using the common chord. So join B and C. बिल्कुल भी straight नहीं लग रही है ना? Let me try again. Let's see how that goes. Sort of say straight up, right? Okay. अब use करते हैं. अब ये angle 164 है. Can you tell me ये angle कितना होगा? This angle is 82. 82 degree, right? अब if you look carefully, ये exterior angle है. मैं ये वाला angle पूछ रही हूँ. ये वाला angle होगा कितना? 82 degree. अगर ये नहीं भी समझ आता, so this angle is what? 180 minus 82. अब ये cyclic quadrilateral है. So directly मैं बोल सकती हूँ angle x is 82 degree. So option C is the correct one. Right? Okay. Alright. So the next one. Now, this is a question that you should have devoted. Like this question will take you more than 2 minutes, right? And this question you should have left for the end. Right? These are the questions that you need to recognize. You know, this might take me some time. So in the first reading, just leave it aside. Because again, you need to save your time for the difficult questions. Because those difficult questions will get you your rank. Because it's all about the relative score, as you know. Right? So you should have kept this question for the end. But now let's discuss it. Now he says if the equation, this, has a real root then. Basically there's a condition on A square and B square basically. Alright. Now the problem is this is a biquadratic equation. Now a quadratic OT has a real root. I do know the condition of it. Right. But this is a biquadratic and plus x cube factor is also coming. That means I can't reduce it to quadratic. Okay. Now has a real root. Now I get to know the real root or I get to know the roots from the factors, right? So tell me, can you factorize this polynomial now? Or even try it. Just try to factorize this. तुम बोलोगे ma'am, okay, it's quite a hard job to do it, but okay. Maybe I can factorize it as a product of two quadratic factors, right? अब यहाँ x raised power 4 है, definitely x square. Then plus 1, so plus 1, plus 1. Constant term के लिए. Now you will say, मैम यहाँ पे minus 1 हो सकता है. Absolutely right. यहाँ पे minus 1 हो सकता है. You need to consider that case as well, right? Now I don't know what is the linear term. I don't know what is the linear term. So let that linear term be px. Let that linear term be qx, right? Now two polynomials are equal. That means their corresponding coefficients are equal. All right. So x cube का coefficient लेते हैं. यहाँ से मिलेगा minus a. अब x cube यहाँ से कहाँ से मिलेगा? From here q and from here p. So p plus q. Right? Okay. Now let's talk about the coefficient of x square. So which is 2 equal to, अब यहाँ से देखें, so 1 and then pq then 1. So PQ plus 2, right? Then let's talk about the coefficient of x, which is minus p. Now that I'll get from x वाला लेना ना यहाँ से 1, that is p, and from here I'll get q, so p plus q, right? Now as you can see from this equation I can say that pq is equal to 0. So either p is 0 or q is 0. So मैंने मान लिया p is 0, right? So p को 0 मान लेते हैं, p को 0 मान लेते हैं. From here I can say that minus a is equal to q, and from here I can say that minus b equal to q. Alright, so let me rewrite my factors now. If I rewrite my factors, it will become x square plus 1 into x square plus, अब q की जगह a डाल देते हैं, ax plus 1, right? Okay, linear, मेरे को चाहिए real root. Do you think I can get my real root from here? X square plus 1, does it have a real root? Absolutely not, right? That means the real root I will get from here. Now this quadratic equation should have a real root. That means what can you say about the discriminant? You can say that a square minus 4 should be greater than equal to 0, or I can say a square is greater than equal to 4. Now I know that a and b are equal, right? So can I say that b square should be greater than equal to 4? Yes. Now अब मुझे चाहिए था a square plus b square पे condition. So let's add the two up, positive quantities, and no need to worry. And वैसे भी we can add the two inequalities. Yeah, positive है, so it's okay, fine. So a square plus b square greater than equal to 8, right? Check करें. That means option B पे आ रहा है greater than equal to 8. So option B is the correct one. Now you'll say मैम ये -1 वाला factor यहाँ पे एक a कैसे भी था जब दोनों -1 हो. Absolutely right. You can check that for yourself. The answer will remain the same. Anyways तुम्हें options में से choose करना है ना. तुमने a कर लिया, that is more than enough. a square plus b square greater than equal to 8 तो आना ही है, right? इतना तो आना ही है. अब ये उसमें तो intersection ही नहीं है, एक point की है, right? This is completely different. This is completely different. So option B होना था. अगर तुम check नहीं भी करोगे, it is absolutely fine, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now next one is very interesting. The probability questions, which are actually quite interesting. So let's see how that goes. Now a minefield is laid so that mines are placed every 100 meter along a straight line. So this is my straight line. Every 100 meter my minefield is placed. So A, B, C, and so on, every 100 meter. The probability that a ship 20 meter wide blows up if it passes through minefield at right angle to the line, right? So line ये है, अब ship ऐसे आएगा, right angle, right? So the ship is like this, right? So this is my ship, and I know that the width is 20. Done? Okay. Now let's see. Let's talk about the ship. Now सबसे पहले तो मुझे sample space देखनी पड़ेगी. Sample space कहाँ से कहाँ तक? Suppose मैं यहाँ पे लेती हूँ, यहाँ से start करती हूँ अपने ship को, right? यहाँ पे ship हो सकता है, right? यहाँ पे शिप यहाँ से स्टार्ट, मतलब A से 20 मीटर पे मैंने शुरू कर दिया, लाइक एक पॉइंट उसका A पर ही है. सो यहाँ पे हो सकता है शिप, यस. ब्लो अप, अभी सिर्फ मैं सैम्पल स्पेस देख रही हूँ, फेवरेबल आउटकम्स नहीं, राइट? देन दिस कैन बी द वन, देन दिस कैन बी द वन, देन दिस कैन बी द वन. ओह सॉरी, माई शिप, राइट? अब यहाँ कहाँ सकता है, अब मैंने सिर्फ विद रिलेशन टू A ही देखना है, राइट? मैक्सिमम पोजिशन ये हो सकती है मेरे शिप के, दिस इज द मैक्सिमम पोजिशन. अगर उससे नेक्स्ट वाला लूंगी तो मुझे B के लिए कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा. अभी मैं सैम्पल स्पेस विद रिगार्डिंग टू A कर रही हूँ. नाउ आई एम अज्यूमिंग दैट द probability is equally likely. The probability of blowing up at A is equally likely as the probability at blowing up at B, apparently, right? So that means A ship का एक end, the back end, वो यहाँ पे चला, and back end यहाँ तक गया. So what is the distance it has covered, right? पूरा का पूरा distance होता है 100, right? ये width है, हाँ, ये wait a second, did I do something wrong? हाँ, राइट? अभी आगे भी जा सकता है, अगर शिप ऐसा हुआ तो यहाँ पे भी जा सकता है, यहाँ पे भी. लास्ट पोजीशन जो लेगा वो ये वाली लेगा एक्चुअली, इससे जस्ट पहले, राइट? बिकॉज इसके बाद अगर वो लेगा तो वो बी के अंडर आ जाएगा, बिकॉज बी विल बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट वन. कूल. सो जो द लास्ट एंड ऑफ द बिट है, दैट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम हेयर and it reaches till here. right? So this is the distance that it can travel. अब A to B distance है 100, अब ये था 20, अब 20 में से minus कर दिया, but if you notice ये distance क्या था, ये भी width थी, that means this is also 20. So ये पूरा distance, the sample space है, that is 20, that is 100 actually, not 20. राइट, एटलीस्ट सैम्पल स्पेस तो मैंने सोच ले. अब मुझे देखने हैं फेवरेबल आउटकम्स. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द फेवरेबल आउटकम्स. सो आई विल ड्रॉ इट अगेन बिकॉज आई हैव रूइंड इट. राइट, ओके. ऑलराइट, सो दिस इज ए, दिस इज बी. राइट, फेवरेबल आउटकम्स देखने हैं. अब शिप अगर सपोज यहाँ पर है, ब्लो अप होगा. लेट्स से एब्सोल्युटली यस, राइट. इसका एक एंड यहाँ पे आ गया, ब्लो अप होगा. अब शिप थोड़ा सा आगे आता है, ब्लो अप होगा. यस, अभी भी उसके ऊपर है, ब्लो अप होगा. यस, ब्लो अप होगा. यस. अब लास्ट पोजीशन जिसपे वो ब्लो अप होगा वो विच इज दैट वन. मैं सिर्फ लास्ट एंड ऑफ द शिप की बात कर रही हूँ. पहले यहाँ पे था, यहाँ से स्टार्ट किया था उसने, राइट. अब लास्ट एंड जो होगा वो ये वाला होगा. सो इस लास्ट एंड ने कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल किया, या तो वो यहाँ पे होगा, यहाँ पे होगा, यहाँ पे होगा, यहाँ तक सिर्फ इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करता है वो, राइट. अब ये वाला डिस्टेंस होगा कितना, दैट्स द विड्थ ऑफ द शिप, दैट इज 20. सो आंसर इज व्हाट, 1/5. Now this was a good level question. You could have just read, ideally this is a 1 minute question, but the thing is it is difficult to interpret it, right? It's a bit tricky. So you could have left this question for the end. You know, once you have like some peace of mind, okay, some paper I have done, so I have some time now, I can devote some time to this question, right? Now, okay, so let's move on to the next one. Now, if inside a big circle exactly 3 small circles, each of radius r, so मेरे पास बिग सर्कल है, राइट. ईच ऑफ रेडियस आर, इसके अंदर मुझे 3 सर्कल्स बनाने हैं. सो एक ये बना लेते हैं. अब ये कॉन्ग्रुएंट होने चाहिए, बट लेट्स सी हाउ दैट गोज. एंड माय सर्कल विल बी लाइक दिस. कॉन्ग्रुएंट तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. लेट मी ट्राई इट अगेन. Okay, last try, otherwise you make do with it. Oh, I have shapes also, यहीं पे डाल देते हैं. Perfect. अब इसके अंदर बनाते हैं. अब वो या टच कर रहा है, so mind it. मान लो it's the best I can't do it, right? So you have to make do. All right, so I want the what, each of, so इसका radius आ रहा है, इसका radius आ रहा है, and I know that each small circle touches the big circle and also touches both its adjacent circles. Then the radius of the big circle is the radius of the big circle, right? So I am interested in this distance basically. Okay, radius निकालना है. अब मुझे स्मॉल सर्कल के रेडियसेस गिवन है. एक बार सेंटर से प्लॉट कर लें इसका. चलो सेंटर्स देखते हैं, राइट. ये रहा इसका सेंटर, ये रहा इसका सेंटर. नाउ इफ आई जॉइन दीज सेंटर्स, व्हाट विल आई गेट? या डेफिनेटली इट्स अ ट्रायंगल, बट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल इज दिस? It's an equilateral triangle, isn't it? This length is 2r, this length is 2r, this length is 2r, right? Okay. अब मुझे तो कैपिटल आर निकालना है, राइट. कैपिटल आर निकालना है, रेडियस ऑफ द बिग सर्कल. नाउ कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट दिस लेंथ इज? जस्ट फिगर इट आउट. व्हाट इज द लेंथ दैट आई हैव मार्क्ड? दिस लेंथ. ओके, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट दिस लेंथ इज? दैट इज कैपिटल आर. बट कैपिटल आर में से मैंने इतना डिस्टेंस रिड्यूस कर दिया, बेसिकली स्मॉल आर रिड्यूस कर दिया. सो दिस डिस्टेंस ओ ए इज नथिंग बट capital R minus small r, right? Also, if I drop a perpendicular from O to onto this side of the equilateral triangle, this is 90 degree. Do you think it will bisect AB? Absolutely yes. Equilateral triangle. अब bisect करिए, that means ये क्या है? R, right? Okay. So ये है capital R minus R, ये है R. मुझे relation, अब R निकालने के लिए मुझे relationship चाहिए. मैंने perpendicular भी draw कर दिया. Definitely trigonometry लगा लेते हैं. Can you tell me this angle? The entire angle is 60 degree. This angle is what? 30 degree. Now can you tell me the relationship? R by capital r minus r. Can you tell me what is it equal to? This is nothing but cos of 30 degree. Cos of 30 degree is nothing but root 3 by 2. Now you cross multiply and you will get the option D. Right? I'm sure you can complete it now. Alright, so question number 19. Alright, now P and Q of x are two polynomials of degree 3 and 4. Okay, so ye degree 3 hai, ye degree 4 hai. Then the degree of this polynomial, right, degree of this polynomial. Now, first of all, P of x plus Q of x. Degree 3 plus degree 4 polynomials को मैंने add किया. क्या बनना चाहिए? Degree 4 का polynomial बनेगा, add किया है, right? फिर उसके बाद मैंने multiply किया है degree 3 के polynomial से, right? So ये क्या बन जाएगा? क्या बनेगा? x raised to 4 into x cube वाली कौन सी टर्म बन जाएगी? That is 7 degree of the polynomial, right? ये हो गया. अब इस 7 degree polynomial में से I have subtracted q of x which is degree 4. Degree 4 minus करिए. So x raised to 7 minus x raised to 4. Whatever the case may be, the degree has to be 7. So option B is the correct one. Right? Now the last question. Let's see. Now the shaded area in the adjoining figure represents a triangular flower bed. So obviously this region is flower bed. The homeowner wants to put decorative bricks around the flower bed. Right? Okay. I wish this figure was a bit bigger, but okay, fine. One side of a flower head is 10 meter long and makes a 45 degree angle with the runway that runs east to west. So east to west I know, उसने mark भी किया हुआ है. So I'll draw the figure again in fact. So one side is something like this, 45 degree पर है, so it is something like this, right? And this is 10. Right? The other side runs parallel to the east-west walkway, so it runs something like this. वो दिख ही रहा है. And third side makes a 30 degree angle, right? So third side it is something like this. I've redrawn it because वो figure थोड़ी ज़्यादा ही छोटी है. This is 30 degree. The perimeter in meters of the flower bed. So ये this plus this निकालना है. अब ये तो मुझे पता ही है 10 है, right? So इसको मान लेते हैं O A B. So I need AB and I need OA. राइट अब OB निकालते हैं सबसे पहले. OB निकालने के लिए मुझे सिंस ये 30 डिग्री है मुझे राइट एंगल चाहिए. ड्रॉप करो परपेंडिकुलर यहाँ से, राइट. अब मुझे OB निकालने के लिए ये वाली लेंथ चाहिए होगी BD. BD R कहाँ से मिल सकते हैं? हाँ, यहाँ A से भी परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉप करो जरा. यहाँ पे आ गया E. नाउ कैन यू से दैट AE इज इक्वल टू BD? एब्सोल्युटली यस. तो AE निकाल लेती हूँ. AE क्या होगा? दिस इज 10, दिस इज 45 डिग्री. AE विल बी 5√2. राइट, सो भी 5√2 हो गया. अब BD आ गया, मुझे OB निकालना है. so, देखें 5√2 बाय OB इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? साइन 30 डिग्री विच इज 1/2. सो OB मेरे पास आ गया 10√2. राइट, ओके. सो अब मुझे निकालनी है साइड AB, ये वाला डिस्टेंस. अब ये वाला डिस्टेंस किसके इक्वल है? दिस डिस्टेंस, राइट. डू आई नो दिस एंटायर डिस्टेंस? ये एंटायर डिस्टेंस तो पता चल जाएगा. दिस इज 5√2 और ये 30 डिग्री है tan 30 से, राइट. सो 5√2 डिवाइडेड बाय, इसको मान लेते हैं क्वेश्चन मार्क, इज इक्वल टू 1/√3. सो ये आ गया 5√6. दिस इज 5√6. डायरेक्टली भी कर सकते हैं, बट द थिंग इज आई कमिट एन एरर, सो दैट्स व्हाई आई राइट इट एंड यू शुड डू दैट टू. जल्दी जल्दी में गलती हो जाते हैं, राइट. ये 5√6 है. नाउ कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट दिस डिस्टेंस इज? अब ये 5√2 था, ये भी 5√2 ही होगा. क्यों? 45 डिग्री का एंगल 5√2. So that means this distance, this is nothing but 5√6 minus 5√2. आ गया. अच्छा, ये अब AB तो यही होगा. So AB आ चुका है, OB पता है, OA पता है. Just add them up and you'll get the answer. And answer will turn out to be C. Right? So with this, the discussion is complete of the paper, but I'll like to give some concluding remarks. Right, now STSE paper, people apparently prepare for it quite a lot. They say that we have done like 3-4 books and that seems quite intimidating, right? Especially the mental ability part, people say that they have done like 3-4 books and obviously you get scared by hearing that. But honestly, let me tell you one thing. Mental ability is all about concentration on that day itself. If you are able to have good concentration on that day, No matter how many books the other person have done, you will fare better than him. It's all about concentration. It's all about presence of mind. So make sure on that day you give your 100%. It doesn't matter how well you're prepared. It doesn't matter that you don't know this, you don't know that. It doesn't matter. On that day, if you are able to give 100% of your effort, 100% of your time with no distractions, I am sure you will get good marks. Right? So it's all about that day. So stop thinking, मेरी तैयारी नहीं हो रही है, ये नहीं हुआ, school exam चल रहे हैं. Keep that all aside. Just focus on giving 100% on that day. That's it. That should be your aim. We don't care तुम्हारे marks आ रहे हैं, rank आ रहा है, नहीं. Just give your 100%. And we'll think of the result after it. पहले exam दे लें, उसके बाद सोचेंगे क्या होगा. Right? So I will strongly suggest you, सिर्फ उस दिन concentration होनी चाहिए. That is the end of it. And yeah, as you have seen how I have attempted some of the questions. Now, तुमने देखा होगा कि कुछ questions के लिए मैं बोला कि ये थोड़े difficult questions है. You could have left that. ये STSE exam में भी होगा. Some of the questions will be slightly trickier, right? So leave those questions for the end. You can't keep on devoting 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah, you can't keep on devoting 5 to 6 minutes on questions like that. Whatever you know, first attempt that. Alright, and then you move on to the difficult questions if you have the time. ये ना हो कि difficult questions के चक्कर में you lose your 5 easy questions. That will make a huge difference, right? So जो भी आ रहा है, okay, within 30-40 seconds if you're able to see the logic behind it, do it, otherwise move on. Especially those noticing the pattern one. दिखता है 45 seconds में, done. अगर नहीं दिखता, move on to the next one. Come back at the end. But when you come back at the end, make sure that you come back with a fresh mind. Because you need to crack the pattern. Pattern crack to karna, but with the new perspective, right? I'm sure we'll talk about this more in class. So I hope this helped you a lot. So please keep these points in mind and good luck for your test on Sunday. Thank you.